Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the channel and to the Ultimate Racing League. This is the Wednesday challenge, and we are in the Beetle, so it is Beetle Madness or Beetlemania, whatever you want to call it, but fantastic fun cars to drive. This is week 2. We are at Brands Hatch down in Kent in the UK. 3.9 miles and 9 turns, so yeah, fantastic track actually. Technical in places, very fast flowing, and we've got quite a busy grid as well. We do have a few guest speakers. Now I do have to very quickly say, for those of you who were expecting to hear the pleasant tones of Idle 4 Gaming, unfortunately he's had to take a break this week. So he's asked me if I would just cover this race, but Idle 4 Gaming hopefully will be back next week to pick up the comms again and the coverage for us again. Next week we're going to be at Alsace Village in France, so yeah, hopefully that Idle will be back for that. So whatever's happening in his life, we hope everything is okay, and yeah, I look forward to his return. So onwards and upwards with this one. This is race 1 of 3 15-minute races. They are sprint races, no pit stops, unless the guys actually want to come in and pit, then that's entirely up to them, but there is no scheduled pit stop. The only real rule is that all tyre compounds have to be used throughout the 3 races. So very simple. If you start race 1 on softs, then race 2 must be either mediums or hards, and race 3 will be either mediums or hards, depending on what you didn't use in race 2. I'm sure you understand what I'm gabbling on about. So we'll quickly go down the grid. Now the guys have been out there and done some qualifying. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a grid walk for this first race, just so we can get a look at these cars and the livery. So out in pole then we've got P White, looking fantastic. There is no theme for the livery, so it is whatever you want to put on it. And there's a bit of a Michelin theme going on there for P White. Idle 4 Gaming, although he's not able to do the comms, he did actually take part in 2 of the races, so he's there in second. So yeah, pretty much where we expect him to be, right at the front of the grid in the green and orange Heineken livery. Slowpoke in third, or that's me. There is no real theme to this livery. It's just something that I think I copied it originally, and then I've added to it and made it and bits on and added in whatever. So anyway, that's the finished product for myself. In fourth then we have Panic at the Tesco, and he looks like he just fished that one out the lake, doesn't he? I'm sure it is a lot quicker than it looks, but yeah, it really could do with attention in the body shop, couldn't it? But great to have Panic at the Tesco with us, one of our guest racers. Another one is Archer in the Splendid. He does like his multi-tone cars, and there's a bit of glitter in there as well, isn't there? So fantastic to see that. And who's that we've got in there? Pablo Escobar. Okay, something in there. So the Desperados theme going on for Archer. He's down in 5th. In 6th on the grid is whoops, go get the camera right, is the Green Mean Machine of Hodgie. Looking fantastic. The Ultimate Racing League logos all over it and his name at the back, so no mistaking when you're following him, you know exactly who it is. So that's Hodgie. He's in 6th. In 7th we've got Captain Slow, no W. In the Pennzoil, he does like the Pennzoil. If anybody did follow the mini championship we did, you will know that the Pennzoil theme came out there as well. So that's Captain Slow in 7th. Declan in the Hot Wheels, and well, yeah, looking absolutely fantastic. Is Deck in where is he? He's in 8th place, isn't he, in the Hot Wheels machine? So that's Declan. 9th is Phaser in a bit of a golf theme going on here. He did have the Rusty machine, didn't he? But he's chopped that one in. That one finally fell apart, and they gave him a new one. So that's Phaser. I also want to say thank you to Phaser for saving these replays for us. Very much appreciated. So that was Phaser in 9th. In 10th we have another guest in well, it looks like a bit of an Adidas livery going on here, and that's from That's Life. Looking fantastic, actually, I have to say. With the Adidas theme, I'm liking that. So that's Life in 10th. 11th we've got another guest on the grid, Mystic Meg. Hopefully these guys will return for future races. So it is a Zebra. No, it is Newcastle Brown, and a fantastic split. Whoops, what am I crashing into there? Oh, it's the barrier, the countdown marker. Sorry, didn't mean to knock that on. I don't want to knock in that one over too early, do I? So that's Mystic Meg in 11th. 12th, we've got a regular to our races, and that is Biggie in the blue machine. And oh, who we got on here? I thought a Little Mermaid for a second, but it's Swiss Miss. So nice one. So that's that's Biggie then, all in blue. He is 12th on the grid. 13th then, it looks like, I think it's another Golf kind of livery going on there. Yeah, it is, from Grahamid Ali. He's down in 13th. Grahamid, as you know, is a regular to these races, took part in the minis. He races on a Sunday, races on a Tuesday. Fantastic competitor is Grahamid. So he's in 13th. 14th, we have the return of Nath. Always know it's a good day when Nath is on track in the Ice Age Beetle, looking absolutely fantastic. I love the way the eyes are the lights. I don't know what that character is. I'm not. I don't watch these sort of films. Well, I do, but I don't really take them all in. Is it I think it's a sloth of some sort. I don't know. But anyway, Nath looking fantastic in 14th, and then at the back in the country colours, and I believe it is. Is it Croatia? Is it of Castrian with the red and white, and a splash of blue in there for Castrian down in 15th. Now I also understand that the grid was set wrong, and Castrian should have started in 12th. So if it was this particular race, then we may see Castrian sort of overtaking a few guys at the beginning. So if we do see that, then that's the reason for it. It is just to allow Castrian to get back into position. So let's get this race underway, shall we? It is a rolling start, 15 minutes, around Brands Hatch. 3.9 miles, 9 turns, and P. White heads across the start-finish line to get this race underway as everybody lines up behind. Let's just see what's everybody goes through. I'm just focusing on Castrian just to make sure that we've got nothing happening in front. Yeah, Nath's let Castrian through, so I think Grahamid will probably do the same as well. So that's what that's all about. Now Idle Gaming has already made his way up into P1, so let's just have a quick look and see what happened there. So at the start, gone back too far, but never mind, I don't mind always watching the start. Idle Gaming very quick on that accelerator, and he's already onto the back of P. White as they enter into turn 1 at Paddock Hill. P. White getting a little bit wide there, and Idle Gaming just getting his car positioned nicely on the inside as they come into Druids, and job done for Idle Gaming, straight into P1. He's not messing about, is he, for this opening race. We've got P. White then slotting into second with Slowpoke all over the back of P. White. Having a look at the inside, Slowpoke gets his nose in front. I think P. White has just managed to get that position back, so P. White stays in second with Slowpoke in third. Panic at the Tesco in the Rusty Beetle in fourth, with Archer sitting there in fifth. Then we have a very, very slight gap back to Hodgie in the green Mean Machine. Oh, Hodgie taking a little bit too much curb there, but managed to hold on to it. Declan chasing down in 7th in the Hot Wheels. Oh, and Hodgie's all over the grass. Oh, he's trying to get it back on. He does so. Well held, Hodgie. That could have gone disastrously wrong. Does manage to hold on to it though, but Declan has gone through. Now then, I think Fazer may just be having a look at Hodgie. He knows he's got dirty tyres. Oh, and he's gone off again. Hodgie onto the kit he lit up. I think it was the dirty tyres. Couldn't really get that car slowed down as he went through Clark Curve, so across the line. So Hodgie now dropped down to 9th. Not the best of starts for him. Nath in 10th. Biggie is in 11th. Castrian 12th. That's Life. Oh, That's Life and Captain Slow. They're having a bit of a fight as we come up towards Druids for the second time, side by side around this hairpin. Mystic Clegg just hanging in there just behind in 15th, waiting for one of these two to make a mistake. And it looks like Captain Slow and Mystic Clegg are really having a battle there for P14. Captain Slow currently holds that position. Up through, well, I don't know where they are now. I've lost my bearings. Cooper Straight, that's where we are. I'm concentrating that much on the race. I don't even know where we are on track. So it's down through Cooper Straight onto Surtees. Let's go back up to the top and see how Idle Gaming is getting on. He's out in front and still got P White chasing him down in 2nd. Slowpoke is still hanging in there in 3rd. Let's have a check of the tyres. So, well, Idle Gaming on the medium tyres is, well, it just shows how good he really is. He's starting to stretch a little bit of a gap. Slowpoke's just got the fastest lap on 125.3, but I'm focusing on Idle Gaming. He's on the medium tyres and it looks like he's trying to stretch away from P White. P White on the softs, Slowpoke also on the softs. So these three, well, they are opening up a tiny gap. Panic at the Tesco, he's still there, he's still in touch. He's also on the soft tyres. In fact, let's have a look, see what everybody else is on. Archer, Declan, Fazer. No, Fazer is on the mediums. So that's 2 of the guys out there at the minute on the medium tyres. Graham, he is on the hard tyres, so he's decided to get rid of them very early, which would explain why he's down in P8. Well, Hodgie, that explains quite a lot. Hodgie on the hard tyres, probably why he had the trouble he had in the first lap or two with coming off, just got no heat in those tyres at all. Biggie also on the hard tyres. Castrian on the softs, so I thought he might have made a bit more progress. We've got That's Life, he started on the hards. Captain Slow on the hards, so quite a lot of the guys decided to go with the hards for this first race. So back up to the top then, Idle Gaming still out in front, he's on the mediums. He's still got P White and Slowpoke for company, so those guys are not letting him get too far away, are they? Panic at the Tesco, he is there as well, just hanging in. Let's just jump on board with Panic at the Tesco, Tommy. You just see the 3 guys in front of him, and if we look out the back of his Beetle, we can just about see Archer. There we go, Archer and Declan as they come around. Druids, sorry if I'm making noises, I actually pulled a muscle or something in my back yesterday, and if I sit in a certain position, ooh, it hurts. So down Cooper Straight we go with Panic at the Tesco, desperately trying to catch up to the back of Slowpoke, into Surtees, through Pilgrims, up towards Hawthorns, cutting a bit of that corner, nicking a little bit on the left. Then it's, as I say, up through Hawthorns into Dingledale, down Sheen, through Stirlings, onto the clearways, and then up towards Clark Curve. A great overtaking opportunity here if you can get close enough, and it looks like that's what Slowpoke's trying to do to P White in front, as Panic at the Tesco goes across the start finish line to start lap 5. So let's have a look and see where the battles are. Now this group here, let's just go back. So Declan's still in there in 6. He can still see the guys in front, so it's not that they're not that far away, but then there is quite a gap then back to Phaser in 7th. Phaser just coming up to Druids now, and these are the guys all on the hard tyres just behind. We've got Grahamid and Biggie. They are having a fantastic fight it out for P8 at the minute. Hodgie, he's well, he's picked up a penalty, but he's looking a bit more comfortable now. We are 6.5 minutes into this first 15-minute race. Mystic Clegg then, he's down in 11th with Captain Slow still for company. That's Life in 13th. Then we've got Castrian in 14th with Nath at the back in 15th, and starting to lose touch with the pack, but we all know Nath, he will carry on going, he will never give up, which is what we like to see. So back up to the top then, Idle 4 Gaming still in front, we just cannot catch him up. Slowpoke, he's managed to get past P White up into P2, although P White is coming back at him as we go across the start finish line into Paddock Hill at turn 1, up the hill, under the bridge into Druids. Slowpoke still in 2nd position at the minute. He will be looking to try and get a bit of a gap back to PY and get onto the back of Idle 4 Gaming, although Idle 4 Gaming seems very tricky to get anywhere near. Let's just have a look, shall we, at the times. The current fastest lap is Panic at the Tesco with a 24.6. The fastest that Idle Gaming's got so far is a 25.1, but he is on medium tyres, remember. Slowpoke on a 25.1 as well, but he is on the softs. P White, he's in the 25s. 25.1 is his fastest, and Panic at the Tesco with that 24.6 on the soft tyres, and is now right on the back of P White. So Panic at the Tesco just starting to reel P White in. Idle 4 Gaming still out in front, still leading this first race around Brands Hatch. Slowpoke trying to stay in touch with him. So Slowpoke takes the fastest lap now, a 24.5. Oh, and it kicks up a bit of dirt there as we go into Paddock Hill. Still facing the right way though. P White still in 3rd, fighting off the advances of Panic at the Tesco. Then we have a bit of a drop back gap then to Archer. He's in 5th position at the minute. He's got Declan all over the back of him. Declan doing everything he can to stay with Archer. So Archer's on the soft, so is Declan. Then we drop down to Phaser in 7th. Oh, Phaser getting it a little bit wrong, and it looks like Biggie took full advantage. Let's just drop back and have a quick look at this again. Phaser seemed to get quite a bit of a twitch going on then as we got onto Cooper Straight, and Biggie said thank you very much, I'll have some of that. Sorry, not Cooper Straight, was it? I'm looking at the wrong map. So Phaser now down to 8th with Hodgie in 9th. We are just coming up to the 10-minute mark, so only 5 minutes of this race to go. Hodgie in 9th, Grahamid in P10. He's all on his own, so he'll treat this one as a bit of a practice lap, ready for the next 2 races. He is on the hard tyres, so hopefully things are going to get better for Graham in the next 2 races when he can use the softs and the medium tyres. Captain Slow, ooh, he's having a bit of a battle, a fantastic 4-way fight here then. Captain Slow just giving Castrian a bit of a bumper kiss there, just to let him know who's there. Captain Slow holding on to P2. Oh no! He's got a big slide going on just as they're coming through Hawthorns. The power went down just too quickly through Sterling's, And Captain Slow spins round and a kiss with barrier and a 1.5 second penalty just to rub insults into it. So unlucky for Captain Slow, but the battle in front of him carries on with Mystic Clegg in 13th, That's Life in 12th. Castrian just up ahead. He's managed to gain a little bit of breathing space now after Captain Slow went off. Great looking car in that Castrian's got, very colourful, but he does look like he's struggling at the minute around Brands Hatch. Grahamid's still very much on his own in 10th. So if we check in and see what the leader is doing, and that is Idle 4 Gaming still. He's out in front. He's got a bit of a gap back to Slowpoke. Slowpoke managing to hold on to second. He's got Panic at the Tesco behind him, so Panic at the Tesco has managed to get by P White. And P White drops down into 4th. So Panic at the Tesco, we're at 12 minutes, so he's got 3 minutes now, probably 2 laps if he wants to catch up to Slowpoke and Idle 4 Gaming. I think Idle 4 Gaming is probably too far up the road for Panic at the Tesco, but Slowpoke is definitely within his sights. So Panic has got, probably about 2 laps if he wants to get into P2. Let's just have a look a bit further down. Declan now, he's managed to get a bit of space between himself and Archer. Really is using every inch of the track, is Declan. He's sort of got into this race now. Archer in 6th. With Biggie now made his way into 7th, so Biggie's having a good race on those hard tyres. He should be happy with that. Finished mid-table on the hard tyres, so he's got the mediums and the softs to look forward to. Phaser on the mediums. He would desperately love to get in front of Biggie, wouldn't he? Knowing that he's got to use the hards at some point. Hodgie down in 9th, he's got rid of the hards in this first race. So things have levelled out for Hodgie. Didn't have the greatest of start to this race, but he's got into his stride now. Again, he's another one that's got the softs and the mediums to look forward to. Same with Graham, or Grahamid, in 10th. Castrian 11th, That's Life in 12th. Then we've got Mystic Meg, Captain Slow and Nath. So back up to the top then, and Idle 4 Gaming looks to have this one pretty much sewn up. It looks like, yes, Slowpoke with a half-second penalty. Now then, how close is Panic at the Tesco? Oh, it doesn't really matter because Panic has got a half-second penalty as well. That's a shame. I think he could have got a lot closer to Slowpoke if he hadn't got a penalty as well. So the top 3 looking safe at the minute. P White in 4th. What's the time? We are definitely into the last lap for these guys. So this is pretty much looking how it's going to finish, unless there's a mistake up ahead. So we're going to keep an eye on the rest of the field to see where they all are and where they're going to finish. We've got Biggie and Phaser. Phaser really putting the pressure on Biggie now, although Phaser did go a little bit deep into Clark Curve there, so that's give Biggie a little bit of a breather. So we are coming up to the last few seconds, so let's have a look. I think it will be Graham that finishes first, and does so. Grahamid across the line in 10th. Castrian is going to finish in 11th. That's Life across the line in 12th. Mystic Clegg 13th. Captain Slow, he's going to finish 14th. Then we've got quite a gap then back to Nath, who will finish 15th, however he is being lapped. So we will now follow the leader, and that is Idle4 Gaming, as he goes around the final turn onto Clark Curve and across the line. So a fantastic win for Idle4 Gaming. Slowpoke finishing second, Panic at the Tesco across the line in third, PY in fourth. Declan, he managed to get up to fifth. Archer across the line in sixth. Phaser and Biggie still fighting it out all the way to the line. Oh, as Phaser goes very deep and Biggie takes full advantage. Up through Sterling's onto Clearways, and Biggie says, thank you very much, Phaser, I'll have some of that. So Biggie is going to cross the line in seventh. He'll be pleased with that, especially on the hard tyres. Phaser, he will be kicking himself after that mistake. And then Hodgie across the line in ninth position, as Nath finally comes across the line. So that was race one. Hopefully you can join me for race two coming up very shortly.